Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Vanessa and my partner is Jairo. And today we're going to talk about the listening section of the Toefl IBT test. But first, I'm going to give you a brief explanation of what is the Toefl IBT test. Okay, the Toefl IBT test is an exam that measures your proficiency and academic skills of the non-native speakers. Okay, so talking about the listening section. The listening section, the second section of the Toefl IBT test. This section consists of six passages, each followed by 5 or 6 questions. In this section are 3 parts. Each part contains 1 conversation and 2 lectures. The conversation is about 2 to 4 minutes and the lectures are about 4 to 6 minutes. So the conversations contains 5 questions and the lectures contains 6 questions each. So there are 6 skills that you have to know to respond to the Toefl IBT exam, but focus on the listening section. The first is understand the gist. The second is understand the details. The third is understand the function. Fourth is understand the speaker's stance. 5, understand the organization. And the last one is understand the relationship. My partner is going to explain you the first one.
So the first one is understand the gist. There are questions that ask about the overall idea of the passage. They may also ask what overall purpose the passage serves. It's important to know that the gist of the passage may be directly stated in the passage, or you may have to find the information throughout the general listening passage. So we have to understand the general idea for this skill. So we have an example and how we can identify this type of question. So we can notice in the direction something like this. What is the subject of the passage? What is the topic of the passage? Or what is the mainly topic that they are doing? So how can we develop this type of skills? So it's important to help you understand the gist. Maybe is directly stated in the passage, and it's necessary to find information in the whole listening passage. So we have to identify the main ideas and the second ideas that we listening in this section. The second skill is understand the details. This type of question asks you about specific pieces of information that are stated on the passage. While you listen each passage, you have to take notes and focus on the major details in the passage, because the question are stated in the same passage. Multiple choice questions are used to test this type of skills. So how can we identify this type of question? We could notice in the direction something like this. What is stated in the passage about? What is indicated in the passage about, according to the speaker, and question mark, and what does the professor say about, and the rest. So where we can identify this type of question? We have to keep in mind that it is stated in the passage, Detailed questions are generally found in the same order that you listen. The next skill is understand the function. This type of question asks about the more suitable understanding of spoken English than the main ideas and details that are in the speaking passage. So this question may test the function or purpose of the speaker and ask about a speaker's stance toward a particular subject. Besides, ask you to understand not just what a speaker said, but why a speaker said this. You must draw a conclusion about the speaker purpose. So, how can we identify this type of question? So we could notice in the direction something like this. Why does the speaker say this? What does the speaker mean? And what does the speaker imply? When you could notice something like this is a understand the function of the listening skill. So where can find the solution of these skills? So this part of the passage will be replayed to you, so we could listen in this part twice, so it is easy for someone. Or yeah, so my partner is going to explain the skill number 4.
Okay, so skill number 4 is understand the speaker stance. But what it is this skill about? This type of questions ask about the speaker's stance or attitude. This may be opinions, feelings, or degrees of certainty. You will have to infer the speaker's attitude from their tone of voice or choice of words and the contents of the conversation on the lecture. Well, where you can find this answer? So the part of the passage that indicates what the speaker says will be stated in the same passage or will be replayed for you. But how to identify this type of questions? So you will see questions like this. Listen again to the part of the passage. What does the speaker mean? What can be inferred about the speaker? Or what is the speaker attitude or opinion? Okay, so you can find these kind of questions one per passage. And most passages will not have a question about this. Okay, so let's continue. Skill number 5 is understand the organization. Organization questions are questions that ask about the ideas in the passage and how are organized and how they relate to the main topic or each other. So where we can find these kind of questions? Information to answer organization questions is generally not from one point in the passage and may be not directly stated. It is necessary to understand all the main points and how examples and details relate to each other and overall organization of the passage. Where we can find how to identify this kind of question, you will have questions like this. Why does the speaker discuss or mention? How is the information organized? Or what is explained, illustrated by the example of? So you can find this organization question after lectures than after conversation. So for you, it's not too common to find this kind of lectures in conversation. Okay, so the last skill is understand the relationship, inference, and drawing conclusion. What is this skill about? This type of question asks you to recognize how different ideas or pieces of information in the passage are. where we can find this kind of questions. Information to answer relationship question is not directly stated in the passage. So what does it mean? That you have to understand the main points and draw a conclusion based on the main points to answer these questions. How we can identify this? You will find questions like this. What will the speaker probably most likely to do? What does the speaker imply? Or what can be inferred? So these questions ask about the inferences and conclusions are less common. So you can usually find one per passage. So here you are the six main skills that will help you to resolve the TOEFL IBT exam, but in the listening section, So we hope that you can watch this video for you to improve your skills and do better in your exam. Thank you so much and see you next time.